NFL camps are opening up, and that's always a good thing. Then we got that show yesterday in Oxnard. I touched on it yesterday. I want to do more than touch on it right now. There's a whole lot to say. I mean, if I were to give them exactly what they want, I'd give geriatric and the Cowboys 3 hours. No, wait, there's an after hour. They would get 4 hours. No, wait, there's a podcast at some point this week. 5 hours. Because Jerry's not really presiding over a football team per se. He owns Love Island. Football's got nothing to do with that show. Jerry's show, I mean. So let me start you off by asking you a question. How about them Cowboys? I mean, seriously. Camp barely started 24 hours ago, and already we've got lava being flung and slung in every single direction imaginable. Multiple dudes are stuffing their feet in their collective mouths, and it's hard to even know where to start. It's hard to even know where to start with this tsunami of bullcrap that is flooding the city of Oxnard. Really sorry for the 805, believe me. It all started yesterday, and it's all courtesy of the Dallas Cowboys. Like, there was probably a time where Oxnard thought, man, this is great. The Cowboys come to camp here. Little old Oxnard has the Cowboys. You know, there was a time when they were in Thousand Oaks, then Oxnard, but what a boost. What an absolute shot in the arm to get from the Cowboys. I wonder if they feel that way still. Because it wasn't just geriatric. The entire camp has turned into one ginormous lava factory. It didn't take long. Now, here's the thing about commenting on the tsunami of bullcrap.
It's all factories.
I understand this all too well. This is exactly what Jerry wants. Exactly what Jerry craves. I know it plays right into Jerry's hands. I know this. I know the old guy's sitting back and just laughing his ass off. He's cackling. I'm giving him exactly what he wants. Just know that I know. I know that's why he shows up and starts bumping his geriatric gums and spews whatever pops into his mind. It's just to get the attention, and the reaction. The guy loves a spectacle. Believe me, he likes that a hell of a lot more than he likes winning football games. This is his season right now. Now, never mind that the exhibition season hasn't even started, much less the regular season or the postseason. This is geriatric season. In fact, yesterday was the geriatric Super Bowl. Jera's big State of the Cowboys address, which is always a train wreck, but maybe never more so than it was yesterday. So, if I have to start somewhere, I guess I'll start with you, old man. However, don't you worry, Dak. Don't you worry, Shotty. I'll be circling back for you two as well. Now, as for you, Jera, listen, we all know your deal at this point. We all know there is no substance behind what you say. No substance, barely any logic, and that your thoughts are hardly coherent at this point. Think about it, though. The old man is still convinced that he is the smartest person in the room. The old man is still convinced that he can charm the pants off all of us, and we'll all just eagerly pull up to the table and start eating all of his bullcrap. And then thank him for it. And then ask for more. And yet, he somehow still thinks that he is in the right when it comes to his obviously flawed strategy of waiting way too long to get cornerstone contracts done. As if he knows something that nobody else knows. Well, I guess it's his justification for showing up on the first day of camp and running his two best players in his two most important positions right under the nearest bus. Like, for example, when he explained that even if he signs Micah, Micah could still get hurt. And then he went on to lie about how many games Micah actually did miss last season.
Just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year. Seriously. We've signed, I remember signing a player for the highest paid at the position in the league, and he got knocked out 2/3 of the year, Dak Prescott. So there's a lot of things you can think about when you, just as the player does, when you're thinking about committing and guaranteeing money.
Hey, Jera, Micah actually missed 4 games last year, not 6. I mean, Jerry, you do know this, right? The injury rate in the NFL is 100%. You should know that by now, which means you're not some sort of victim of injuries. The Cowboys haven't been singled out. You're acting like your guys are the only guys who get paid and then get hurt, or your guys are the only guys that get hurt. Like your team, your franchise, is the only franchise that has to deal with this. But yet somehow that was more coherent than his take on the possibility that Micah could actually get hit by a car before the end of his contract.
The thing I would say is contracts are 4 or 5 years. Okay? There's a lot of water under the bridge if you step out there and do something in the first 2 or 3. You can get hit by a car, seriously. And so there's a lot to look at over a lot of years that could make a big difference. Have you ever heard of any clubs committing to players and then they didn't pan out after they committed to them? We have.
A car.
Actually, Jaron, no. No, I don't know that I've ever heard of a team paying a guy and then that guy getting hit by a car. Now, guys have gotten paid and gotten into their cars and hit other people. That certainly has happened. But I'm racking my brain trying to think of a star player who got paid only to step right off a curb and get dragged by an 18-wheeler. I mean, maybe it's happened, but to my knowledge, I can't think of an example. But sure, go ahead and factor that into your negotiation because that makes so much sense. There's even more zaniness from the old man. How about when he went on to compare, and now you're starting to get the sense of what I mean when I say this is his Super Bowl. How about when he tried to compare the situation to Emmitt Smith's holdout in 1993, when Emmitt sat out the first 2 weeks and then the team went on to win the Super Bowl, which obviously has absolutely no relevance to this situation whatsoever. But Jared did cite that as justification for not wanting to rush in and pay a star edge rusher in 2025. I mean, this dude's like, I'm not paying any of these guys a single dollar, even 1 second before I have to. And you know why that is? I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect comp. Think back to 1993 when Emmitt sat out 2 games. Why don't y'all look up at the banner in our rafters? Boom! Scoreboard, bitches! Sure, Jera. Cite something that you did in 1993 as evidence of that you're now right in 2025. Never mind that you haven't won anything that mattered since 1993. Never mind that back then, hell, I don't know, you had the triplets, you had Jimma. Jared also tried, and again, this just went on and on and on. He tried to compare his players to cars, which I'm sure they appreciated, saying, quote, I've seen him go dead at 5,000. I've seen him go dead at 50,000. It's just the times you're in and the money you're in. I'm not trying to be cute. End of quote. You're not trying to be cute or you're not trying to make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. That's one time, Alvin, you have my permission to play that drop. It doesn't make any sense. This nonsensical rambling. And you know, worst of all, you know who it doesn't make sense to? Well, anybody with logic. But it doesn't make sense to Cowboy fan. Jera, do you know how much Cowboy fan hates you for all this bullcrap right now? Do you have any idea how alienated the Cowboy fan base is right now because of all your bullcrap? All that hot air and bullcrap and lava flinging and attention grabbing. Like, you long ago stopped owning a football team, and now you own Love Island. I mean that. This has got nothing to do with football. Any of it. It's all just fun and games for some old dude who seems like he's losing his marbles. And it's all great and well until it impacts the football team and the future of the football team and the business of that football team. And that's why the nonsense that's pouring out of this old man's mouth is still relevant. And that's why it pisses off Cowboy fans so much. And that's why I'm still here calling it out. Like it never ends. J.J. Watt said it best. I set this up yesterday, and I want to reset it right here because it's even better today than it was yesterday, and it's the same exact post. He might have done the best job explaining why Jera was such a disaster. I guarantee Jera walked off that dais like, still world champ. Crushed it. Crushed it. J.J. Watt, though, in a post on X, which, by the way, Micah reposted himself when he saw it. J.J. Watt said, quote, anytime you can publicly take a dig at your star quarterback and your star pass rusher simultaneously right before the season begins, you just got to take it. Nothing makes guys want to fight for you more than hearing how upset you are that they got hurt while fighting for you. That's a post. That's a great post. And that right there is the whole deal. That's the whole deal right there, Jera. Even for you, this is stuffing your foot halfway down your esophagus on its way to what's left of your liver. My advice for you, old man, consider giving up the GM duties for more than just the fractions of a second, quote, end quote, that you admitted to considering yesterday.
Small fractions of seconds, I promise you that.
Who are these buffoons that are constantly guffawing and laughing at this guy?
Of seconds, I promise you that.
Does he pay a crew just to laugh at everything he says? It's actually slightly a bigger decision than one that should only take fractions of seconds, my dude. I would think that one all the way through. I would give that serious thought because giving up the reins would be a pretty good idea, I think. Then again, Steva, son of Jera, just admitted yesterday that he's actually the one who does the talking to the agents and not Jera, which to me is a pretty dumb admission because everybody was more than happy to blame Pops for all of his incompetence. Like, for instance, the fact that apparently nobody is talking to Micah's agent right now at all. There are no ongoing negotiations. There are no conversations reportedly taking place right now, which I would blame on Jera. That sounds like Jera, right? Except Steva stepped up and took the bullet for Jera and said, nope, not on Pop. That's on me.
Jerry didn't speak to Todd France. And Jerry, as he said, doesn't speak to many agents. I do.
That's another agent. That's not Micah's agent, but that's just Steve saying, you know what, by the way, I'm the one that's talking to the agents, or not. Hey, Steve, here's some more free advice. Call Micah's agent. You're welcome. Like, no invoice, no bill in the mail. You're welcome. Here's some more free advice, Steve. Also free. Say less. Say less. You want more? Also free. Laugh less. Definitely laugh less. You're like Pops' personal laugh track. Steve.
Seconds, I promise you that.
You're like an entire live studio audience of one. Except that light that says laugh is always on. It never goes off. Is that written into your contract? Laugh at everything the old man says? All you do is laugh at this guy's nonsense. You know his nonsense is literally killing them. Yeah, I know the value of the franchise. Apparently, for whatever reason, that doesn't get hurt. But your chances of winning anything that matters does. See, this is what I mean. As much of a mess as Jera is, the people around Jera are not helping either. The whole Cowboy lava / laugh factory.
It's all factories.
A lava factory, the laugh factory. It's turning into one giant bleep show. You know, I'll say it a third time. It is Love Island. No, I've never seen that. But it's just one giant spectacle, right? with a bunch of randos having sex with each other on the ground. I'm not saying the Cowboys are doing that, but you know what? If Jared thought people would watch that,
Sex with me.
they might. You know he'd be all about it. I'll give you another example. It's not just Jera and Steva. How about Shada? Brian Schottenheimer. I don't know that he helped anything when he effectively questioned how good of a leader Micah actually is. I mean, he all but said Micah needs to be a better leader. Like, we know Micah's great, but if Micah wants to be a great leader, he was saying things like that. I mean, any other shots anybody else wants to take at your best player, who, by the way, is not holding out. Now, we don't know whether or not he's going to practice, but he is there. Oh, by the way, he just did run out on the practice field. Freaking smart, man. Smart. Oh, what do you know? It appears that Mike is on the practice field, I think, because ESPN had George Pickens catching a touchdown pass when it wasn't picked. So I think that's Micah. Is that Micah jogging onto the practice field or running circles around the old man? As always, my answer is yes. So, Shoddy is insinuating, you know what? Micah should show up and be the great leader that he says he wants to be. Well, there he is, Shoddy. There he is. You know he's not happy. You know he's frustrated with his contract situation. Especially after yesterday. Especially after other guys have gotten paid. But there he is, man. I got to give it to Micah. He's winning the spicy challenge. There's even more where that came from.
Spicy challenge, not the sissy challenge.
My man, way to handle your business. I got to give it to Micah. I like the way he's handling this. And there's more. There's more regarding Shoddy. There's more regarding Dak. There's more regarding geriatric. Like, I can't even get to it all in the open. And this is all just yesterday when they all showed up in Oxnard to sit down and talk to the press. Did you see that first video we played? Jared must have been so disappointed there were empty seats. There literally were empty seats. Like, where is everybody? This is my Super Bowl. I'm here to give my State of the Union. Why is there even one empty chair? Look at him. Look at him. Look at all those empty seats. Like, my man is standing backstage like a rock star. I know about Ozzy Osbourne, R.I.P. I know, clones. Jerry's like, I'm not going out there. I'm not going out there until there's an ass in every single seat. Believe me, I sold out this presser. I'm not going out there. I'm not going out there until there's an ass in every single seat.